today's video, we are going to talk about those things that I feel like are underrated, and that have been underrated for quite some time, that honestly shouldn't be, Now, I'm going to talk about two. Now, I'm certain there's probably plenty more we can probably talk about, but these are just two of the main ones that come to my mind, when I think of the word underrated. Now, at least, okay, we're not going to be talking about ASMR triggers, which we could maybe, I could probably definitely do one for that I feel like are overrated, but maybe for another time. So let's just go ahead and dive into it, because the last, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days have just been, we're already in April, but it feels like it's already just been a year. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is actually a person, not talking about myself. Maybe we'll get there, at some point, but not right now. So, this person I feel like has been underrated at least since 95. Now, let me go ahead and point to who I am talking about, if it's maybe not obvious already. You get it right? Okay, good. So again, for the girls who know, you will get it. You understand what I am saying. You've been a fan for that long, since the beginning, and as years went on, you got it. Pun possibly intended. But yes, of course, I am talking about JC himself. Like I said, I feel like he doesn't get enough credit, and he should. 1,000,000% should. The man has talent. And again, if we're old enough, we already knew that. He's acted a little bit. I do actually own a couple movies. No, 3. Sorry. On the Line, Red Sky, and Opening Night. Now, if you haven't heard those last two, I definitely recommend trying possibly on probably Amazon. I think is where I found them. I think I found them all actually. And watching those movies. Most of us probably have seen On the Line. But if you're looking for it on DVD, I'm pretty certain I found it on there. You're welcome in advance. But yeah, like I said, I feel like it's time for us to give him more credit, I am certain he was probably born with that voice. Probably. I don't know. But, yeah. Listen, I'm not going to spend too much time on that, because I feel like, again, we should probably already know this, and we could probably be here for hours talking about it. But for the sake of the video, we're going to just stop right here. So, this next one we're going to talk about is, again, another person. Probably a hint right there. Probably got it by now. Now this time, I am talking about myself. Now, not just aspect of this, but the artist. You know, because, you know, I pretty much have, well, I got into drawing really again in 2013. Little did I know 2 years later that it would help with my mental health. So obviously I am very much glad that I got into it. Now it's just cartoon things right now. You know, I'm not really all that well in doing, like, drawing like actual people, you know, like portrait wise. You know, I haven't hit that level yet, but maybe someday. Never know. And then we skip ahead to 2019 is when I found fluid art painting. So we're gonna start with the drawing. I have 4 here in front of me. Now I grabbed these randomly, but all of these that I grabbed I have recently done. So these first 2 that I'm going to show, I created with the app Chat GPT. You know, the one where you can basically like ask questions and stuff. Well, I had a cousin recently share a picture on Facebook that she created with it. So that got me thinking, why not I give it a whirl? And I'm not gonna lie, I might have had a little too much fun with it. So these first 2 really, I asked it to create a cartoon image of myself, a woman with brown shoulder length hair, even though we're not at that point anymore, but you know, with green eyes. Now I forgot the glasses part for both of these, but it is what it is. I think about it, like I said. But this first one is going to be who loves wearing NSYNC t-shirts. Which, as I talked about the first one, I talked about the underrated part. That was, you know, to be expected. Now, I decided to obviously draw them. I think I have a couple other ones saved on my laptop that I might finally draw, but for now I just have the 2. But you can see it's pretty simple, you know. Now the t-shirt that it gave me in the picture did have people on it, but just to make it easier on myself, I just did the logo. Now this isn't perfect, you know. Her mouth isn't perfect, her eyes aren't perfect, you know, but I don't claim to be honestly what I am drawing. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, again, I don't care. But I still love this. You know, I mean, like I said, it's not too much, of course, but I still love this. Definitely next time, if I decide to do it, I'm gonna try to remember the glasses part. Hopefully. Alright, so here is this next one. Now, pretty much the same gist. Except this time, let me show you. So again, kind of somewhat the same thing, different style, you know, but this time in a Cavs jersey. Now, me being originally from there, you know, I had to, you know. Again, there was a background to it, just as like the other one, but I just kept it simple, like I said, and just drew the girl. Still love it. one I actually did on March 10th for the day. Try to fix the lighting here. There we go. Let me just show you. So if we didn't know, March 10th is Mario Day. And of course I had to draw something for it. You know, this was my game as a kid. I played this a lot on our Super Nintendo. I played a lot of this, Donkey Kong, Super Punch Out, as well as Tetris and Dr. Mario. Like I said, quite a lot, me and my sister. So, obviously I had to do something, you know? And I hope no matter how old I get, I am still playing. Kind of like I still do. Just not on our Super Nintendo. I have the smaller one, the classic one, the NES Classic, I believe it's called. So yeah, the nostalgia definitely stays. Alright, now this last one, it's probably gonna make a lot of sense when you see it. You know, if you've seen some of the Facts About Me videos, the video where I mentioned about you guys trying to guess things right about me, this was one of the questions. So again, this one isn't too much, but I still love this, honestly. So let me just show you and you'll probably get it. You get it now, right? Okay, good. I'm just making sure, you never know. So of course, we have here Aaron Gordon. Now, again, obviously, you know, I can't draw like actual portraits. You know, I'm not at that level right now. You know, so I drew kind of like a cartoon version last week, I believe it was. Again, it's something really simple, but I love how this turned out, honestly. You know, I thought about a couple more things to add in here, but since I didn't grab big enough paper, obviously, I just left it the way it is. So, of course, he is an NBA champ. So, of course, I did the trophy. And then the fire, I just kind of did for the lyric I used. Like, it's Dubai in July. Which, again, if you didn't know, is one of his lyrics from one of his songs. And then, obviously, you have him. You know, again, really simple. I even added his initials, AG, on his headband. Again, not too much, you know, that I did, but I still love this. You know, I have had a giant crush on this man for the last 5 years. Okay, so, here we are. I didn't know where to go from that. But anyway, let me try to make some room and I'll grab the paintings and we'll talk about that a little bit. Alright, also a little side note. His music has been keeping me sane the last 4 days. Well, 5 as I upload this. After losing my aunt. As well as obviously the emotional support band. You know, so not like, I don't know, again, if they maybe ever come across my videos, thank you. You have no idea how much I needed it. So anyways, again, I have 4 paintings here. I'm gonna show you guys first and then we'll talk honestly, you know. Plus the paint that I use, I love this shiny look it gives. And then we have this one. Again, kinda somewhat simple. This one's of course a little more colorful. I'm obsessed. I think this is 8x8, I believe, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Also, to check out more of my art, whether it's paintings, drawing, or just some random crafts I get into, I do have a Facebook page. I've been trying to be more active, again, especially as of lately, you know, to clear my head and whatnot. Not just, you know, for the mental health, of course, but losing my aunt and whatnot. So if you guys would like to check any of that out, definitely, everything is always linked down below. Right, here is the next one. It's the same size as the other one. Again, way more colorful. I'm pretty sure I did this around Christmas. If it wasn't last year, then it might have happened 1 year. I don't know. Again, I love this. This is probably a top favorite, honestly, that I've done. And I definitely have a ton that I can add in that category. Alright, this last one was done on a hexagon canvas. Obsessed. It basically gives off galaxy vibes, and I'm here for it. I definitely do have quite a few paintings that give off that vibe, but I love this one. Right, so just a little quick story time of how I got into it. So it was basically because of Facebook. My friends were sharing videos of people doing it, and that got the thought in my head of trying. You know, I was just doing, I was just drawing. So I definitely wanted to add something else in there. So that's when I, you know, like I said, I tried this. I found a random tutorial on Facebook, YouTube. Now, granted, just like the drawing did not turn out the greatest, which obviously with both really I didn't expect to do. You know, I don't think you ever really expect to do when you're trying something that you never really tried before. But you know, with a lot of practice, you will get that way. You will get better, rather. And I want to say this maybe took me, I don't know, maybe at least the next year, 2020, to finally find the right paint that worked for me. You know, which is the already mixed paints. You know, the deco art to be exact. So I am definitely glad that they kind of glow up 100%, you know. Now, like I've mentioned before, this is something that I wouldn't mind turning into a little, you know, work from home thing, you know, because it's easy, simple to do. Plus, I love doing it, you know, and that's really just all I want, doing something I love, you know, especially since getting better, you know. And plus, I mean, who wouldn't want something like this hanging on their wall or shelf or something, you know. Now, I have tried, if you're wondering, I have tried on like multiple websites, you know, not just trying to make my own, but, you know, Etsy as well, because I've seen a lot of people have lot of success on there with stuff that they've done. But again, never worked for me. You know, I mean, I would sell randomly to family, but that's really it. It never expanded. I don't know why, but, you know, I don't know. But I hope one day, at least, you know. So there are my things that I feel like are very much underrated. I literally lost my train of thought for like 2 seconds, but I hope you guys enjoy this. I know it wasn't much, but I wanted to film something, you know, I feel like it's already been a week that I've had. So definitely thumbs this up if you did enjoy it. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Again, check out all of the rest of my art.